Yes, I am starting off with the chickens in charge. Hello, Megaleech, and hello, Chog. Chickens will be in charge for a little while. I'm just going to make this one video tonight. And this will also be the only alcoholic beverages I make tonight. Take it a little bit easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Sunday evening, as the case may be. Right, let us prepare. Oh yeah, so cognac. Sweep the moon. Benedictine. Which is in here. Benedictine. And the bitters. All right. Get this all set up. Trying to think, because this is going to be a longer video. Do I want to make the drink first, or do a talky bit, and then make the drink, then do the final talky bit? Kind of feel like I should talk for a bit. Who else is here? Hannah, hello. Luke. Oh, a slight amount of depression. Fireball and ice. Oh, holy hell. And tonight's thumbnail. Oh no. Oh no, the Muppets scare you. That's not good. Muppets are weird. Muppets are definitely friggin' weird. Strictly Sega. Hello, sorry, hello Strictly Sega. Okay, I'm going to quickly do this. Got to make a final decision. Do I make the drink or I'm going to talk a bit at first. Oh, I've tangled up my finger. Busy trying to electrocute myself. Undo some of the kinks in this. What the hey, what the hey, what the hey. I don't know how I managed to keep tangling this, but I do. Alright. So, that's ready. Okay. Let's see. I got my audio recorder on. Scared of the Muppets when you're in preschool, made a gingerbread man that comes alive while we're napping and ran away. Oh, okay. But scaring yourself with your own stories when you're a kid. Nicely done. Kids. All right, what are we doing? Oh, hang on. Zoom in just a little. Okay, let me test that. Yep, that looks right. Okay. So what did you do? Okay, so a teacher stuck their arm through the window in a furry glove as a gingerbread man, asked why it looked like that, and said, "We burnt him." Terrified of things, but it was like, fuck, we burnt him, now he's coming to kill us. I don't know what was going through your teacher's head, honestly. Actually, I do. Traumatizing kids, it's fun. Cars going past. Okay. G'day, cocktail lovers. For those who don't know, this is not actually my original YouTube channel. I started a channel way back in the early days that was called Angry Aussie, which is why this is called Angry Cocktails. Me thinking I had a brand, I guess. And that was me doing humor and bringing in a bunch of politics. And basically it was me shouting and swearing a lot. There was an audience for it, but I haven't been doing that seriously for quite a while. And like a bunch of other people, I decided to start a cocktail channel during COVID. And here we are. The other channel still exists and I use it for live streaming. I started doing that during COVID when we were all isolated and going a bit out of our minds. I thought we should just hang. Anyone who just wants to hang and chill, I'll do live streams and we'll do that. And I continue to do that. And these videos are usually shot during one of my live streams, as this one is being done. On a recent live stream, I was making a vieux carré because it's just one of my favorite drinks and I haven't made one for a while. And one of the viewers who also watches the cocktail channel said, "Hey, you remember you also did a version of this with rum? I tried that. That was good." And I went, "Yeah, that was good. But surely we could do it with another spirit." And tequila sprang immediately to mind. And I did a test one and it was pretty good. I think I can do a little bit of improvement, which is what I'll be doing here, because I'm going with in the Pré Duquet, rum replaces the cognac in Christ. Traditionally, a vieux carré is 30 mils of rye, 30 mils of cognac, 30 mils of sweet vermouth, about 10 mils of some Benedictine, and bitters thrown in for good measure. Of course, Norleans' own Peychaud's bitters goes in there, and a little bit of Angostura as well. The Pré Duquet variation puts rum in place of the cognac. And I decided, well, I'm going to go with tequila. And I thought tequila would be better subbing out the whiskey, I think. We'll keep the cognac in there and we'll put the... In fact, I tried one that had tequila and mezcal. That was good. That isn't what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to keep the cognac and I'm going to make it with... Fuck. I need a producer who tells me where I was in a script. And then I need a script rather than making it up. Fuck, I'm going to have to try and remember this and edit it together. Okay. Tequila is going to replace the whiskey in this drink. And I haven't decided whether Reposado or Añejo would be the best option. I ruled out Blanco or Silver tequila. And so, you know what? I'm going to make two, one of each. One with Reposado tequila, one with Añejo. And actually, I'm going to make half-sized ones because I don't intend on getting wasted tonight. You want to see me get wasted, you want to see one of the Friday night live streams. Also, I need to relook up what the translate was, because the translate for Old Square into Spanish was really good. Hello, Myth the Best. I'm making a cocktail video, and while I'm busy, the chickens are in charge. You seem easily confused. Hopefully you can hang on. So I just need to look up the translation again. Old Square into Espanol. Because I did not commit it to memory. But it's still set up. Old Square. Plaza Vieja. It's a good name. It's a good name for a cocktail. Plaza Vieja. Hey, Harry, by the way. Oh, is it your birthday? Nice. Happy birthday to you, Harry. You and Jim Henson. All right. Because I'm making half sizes, because I'm making half sizes of this drink, it's going like this. In a mixing glass, I'm putting half an ounce or 15 mils of tequila, and half an ounce or 15 mils of cognac, half an ounce or 15 mils of sweet vermouth, about 5 mils or a bar spoon of Benedictine, and then 1 dash of Peychaud's bitters and a light dash of Angostura bitters as well. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a chilled glass. All right, now I'm doing the close-ups for the making. All right, there's a bit of us thinking about. Look at you all coming in early. I'll just get this done. I thought it might have been a quiet Sunday night, and I wouldn't feel rude doing this. I do feel slightly rude doing this. I'm still doing it though. Okay, let's get ready. I think I'll put these in whiskey glasses. Why not? All right, get everything ready. Get ready, 'cause here I come now. All right, we'll start with añejo. Why not? All right. Now, take the lids off these as well. All right. We're getting this shit ready. Okay, let's put that there and that about there. That looks good to me. Recording, because fuck me if it didn't fail to record for me the other night. I was so pissed off. Okay, tequila. Cognac. Sweet vermouth. And about 5 mils of Benedictine. And our Peychaud's bitters. And our Angostura bitters. Okay. Okay, so that's the first bit. Now we put some ice in our mixing glass. And we close this up. Okay. Now we started the recording again. And we start for the camera. Oops, man overboard. Okay, that's tasting pretty good. The añejo tequila. Now put this glass here. Yes. And strain it in. Okay. And so. Now, I don't need to record the second one. I'll just make it really quickly. Then we do a little bit more talky talk, and I will sit down. Okay. Right. Very quickly, let's make this sucker. This one with reposado. Cognac. And sweet vermouth. Benedictine. And peach rose bitters. And Angostura bitters. Okay. It's like really unscientific. I think my mixers have been on these. I'm thinking I'm going to like this drink. Alright, let's do that. Alright. Dunzo. I'll maybe do a little publicity photo. Then do a little bit of talkie and we're done. Done like dinner. Okay, so añejo. Let's do this. Okay. I don't think I want that name on there. Okay. Take a picture. All right. All right. Let's do this, and let's do this. And let's do this. Switch on the audio recorder, switch on the video recorder. And double checking the name because I've forgotten already. Plaza Vieja. No, okay. Okay. I've made the drink twice, once with añejo tequila, once with reposado tequila. This is not normally how I would serve a Vucare or something similar. In fact, translating to Spanish, Vucare in English is Old Square. It's a reference to an area in New Orleans. So if we travel a bit south, well, I guess it's southwest of New Orleans to get to Mexico. The translation is Plaza Vieja. Again, both for the French and Spanish. Apology for terrible pronunciation, I am sure. But I like that as a name, actually. Plaza Vieja. Time for the taste test to see if I can actually tell the difference between reposado and añejo. This is the time for the taste test where we see if I can actually tell the difference between añejo and reposado in a cocktail. This is the añejo tequila. It's a really good drink. And now trying it with reposado. Ooh, there might be the subtlest of difference. I honestly don't think I have the best palate in the world, but it certainly works as a variation. You're getting that little bit of earthiness from the tequila. It's a different vibe to whiskey, and it is still balancing with the others. Give me one more go to see if I can get any appreciable difference. Okay. I feel like there's a tiny, subtle difference between the two, and I can't really put words on it. I'm feeling the elements of the sweet vermouth come through a bit more in the reposado tequila. There's something subtly different anyway. So my take is, if you wanted to try this, do the tequila of your choice. I guess also if you wanted to try Blanco tequila, go for that as well. But it's great. The whole Mr. Potato Head thing, get an established, successful cocktail recipe, take out one of the elements and put something else in, see if it works. I personally think this does. I might kick back with my two little viejo, no. Plaza Viejo. I do not speak the Espanol. I'm struggling with Google Translate as my assistant. So I'm going to sit down with these two. I thoroughly recommend you give it a try, actually. If you like a Vucare, give it a go because it's a subtle but interesting difference on that. Oh, look, I feel like I haven't been double fisting in a video for a while. So sign off with the classic I'm a bad boy double fisting and hope to see you again sometime soon. But until then, I will say cheers. 2 thumbs up for double fisting. Okay. Let me put these down, and I will sit down and chat. No more videos tonight. Also, I think no more alcoholic beverages tonight, honestly. I'll take it easy. Not that I feel bleh or whatever, but I had 3 nights in a row of, well, not getting absolutely plastered, but certainly drinking. Tomorrow night will be a no-drink night, which I think will be good for me. Okay, no, let's see what's happening. Let's take the banner off because the chickens are no longer in charge. God, that took me 25 minutes. Okay, god damn. What are we having? Oh yeah, no, I am working here. So, Harry, you're a PlayStation. Oh, yeah. Retro game? Dear. Nice. Yes. PS4 got a Series X for next gen. Oh, nice. So, Hannah. Oh, no. I feel like I already know where that's going, Hannah, but I feel like you should give us an update. As a slight distraction, retro 80s, 90s games, classic Japanese games, nice. You think my liver's too used to processing alcohol? It'll be upset if it has no alcohol to process tomorrow? Maybe. But, I'll give it a go anyway. Oh, okay. That is sad. Not as sad as I thought it was going to be. 93-year-old lady no longer feels safe, voluntarily moving to assisted living. I absolutely understand her decision there. And I agree. It's a little bit sad that shitty situation take thing. That's a relief. Honestly, when you said sad, I thought maybe the council had sort of reversed their stance on the dogs and were going to put them down. I'm so glad that isn't where the story went. God, you know what? I'm failing at telling these apart, so I'm just going to do this. Oh, wow. You have 2 original Game Boys. I have one somewhere. I'm not sure if it still works. I don't think I ever threw it out. There's a couple games I quite liked on that. I mean, obviously Tetris. I was a big Tetris fan. And Castlevania and the original Game Boy was actually quite good. Except the final battle with Dracula was so fucking hard, I never came close, not even close to successfully completing it. Yes, that would be the other update you'd hope for. Gangrenous infection from the little yappy dogs biting them. Actually, yeah, you might be right, Chog. The original Game Boy is still working. I literally don't know where it is. It's probably in a box somewhere. Next time I move, I might find it again. I like, strictly say, you like the originality of those things. You think there's more originality than now. Well, of course, there's a struggle with the developers now that there's an expectation they do these huge, big games. And it can get a get for it. Hey, Justin, I just thought I wanted cherry and I didn't bring my cocktail spear in. I'm going to disappear for a very short time, like less than 30 seconds, and get one of my cocktail skewers. Just because I can. Right, so I'll be back very quickly. Just got a skewer for my cherry. Need that. Alrighty, now to sit down. Okay. Old school consoles, if it breaks, hit it till it works. And the whole thing with the Nintendo cartridges, of blowing on them, thinking that would work. And I don't know, maybe sometimes it did. Wait, are there any actual cherries left in this jar? Do I have to go and get another jar? Got a spoon here for just this purpose. I think there's no cherries left. I think I'm out of cherries. I think there's a remnant of a cherry in here, but I don't want to. Okay. Guess I'm getting the other jar. God damn it, I'm going out again. Sorry. Ooh, Atari Lynx. I have a vague memory of the Atari Lynx. I don't know for now my hands are all sticky from that jar. God damn it. Good Lord Claude. Got my shit together. New jar of cherries. Which means I have to go out and get a replacement backup jar, because having run out of these once during COVID, I never want to run out of them again. So we always have a spare jar. Remember being allowed to play your brother's game only until the first save point and never being able to save. Got really good at the first 10 minutes of every game. Didn't want you taking up memory by saving your games. That's a bit harsh. You love how colourful those games were, Strictly Sega. I do remember Nintendo 64. My daughter, when she was still a littlie and not really capable of even understanding what had happened, she loved the colours, and she would like grab the controller and just move it around, because then I think all she saw was like moving, swirling colours. Didn't take long to work out they were games, and she could play some of them though. I was sure there was the debris of a cherry in here, like not a whole cherry, but I can't find it now. I'll tip this syrup out at some point. Not down the drain or anything. I'll use it as a cocktail sweetener. Nobody panic. Showed a nicer quality of life compared to the US. Oh God, the idea of living in the States is extremely off-putting to me on so many levels. No hate to the people, well, to a lot of the people. Some hate to some of the people. But, there's just elements about the US that's like, no, thank you. I don't want to live there. Man, that's pretty nice. So you didn't play much Nintendo 64 till the early 2000s. Had a Saturn. Yeah, I think everyone expected the Saturn to do better than it did. But yeah, from PlayStation 2, absolutely dominated. Any country that treats 17-year-old high school basketball players like gods. Oh, that whole sport thing in the US is extremely disconcerting. The football and the basketball thing, and just being so fucking over the top for high school sports it's extremely unsettling. I do remember the Sega Saturn blowing people away with graphics, but for whatever reason, I don't know, probably because of the games are on it just didn't hang out. Oh yeah, Chog, so many American friends. Yeah. Oh, you think Aussies and Brits a bit standoffish? Well, yeah, I guess that can be a thing. Justin, you think your friend didn't feel good about herself giving someone a better quality of life for dating? Well, there you go. Super NES could have 256 colors. Mega Drive could only do 64 colors. Ah, okay. There you go. There's the answer. So you reckon the Saturn was somewhere between PS2 and PS3? Yeah. See, I'm absolutely not an expert in this area, so it's quite enjoyable, this conversation to me. School lets you leave school 30 minutes on a Friday to encourage you to spectate at school games. God damn. Oh, sorry, Justin. Did I miss a story? Oh, okay. So you had a uni friend in the US, dated someone, had to move back and followed, but he stayed here. Yep. Oh no, fucking go for it. I love the nerding. Never want to tread on nerding. Again, because as I said, this is an area where I very limited knowledge on my part, so it's fun. Consoles were cool and all. What about Space Invaders on that one special channel? I mean, I grew up like with arcade games and thinking they were pretty amazing, and put so much fucking money through arcade games. Things you couldn't save. You just had to get progressively better at them. So Sega originally designed the Saturn to be a 2D powerhouse. Most games, SNES games, working on it. Oh yeah, PlayStation went 3D, and of course Nintendo went 3D. The 64 was mind-blowing at the time. Like the flagship games that came out, Super Mario, Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda, just astonishing games. So what's this? Any PC game publishers from the 80s, 90s fan of? Oh, I honestly didn't game enough to be super into a particular a game publisher, honestly. So you got a US friend with an Australian boyfriend, but would stay here if she broke up? Fair enough, if you can. Oh, Hannah, the arcade Mortal Kombat. The button smashing was what it was all about. Do I remember games that used to require passwords for progress? Capcom games, password-based. Yeah, I mean, I was a button masher for all those fighting games. A friend of mine, I feel like I've brought him up before on the his style of gameplay, absolutely on the spectrum. This style of gameplay. The two bits that blew me away watching him play. One was on my Nintendo 64. We had a fighting game. I forget which one it was. But he picked it up for the first time, and we didn't have a cheat guide or anything. He just sits there with the controller and he starts working out what all the moves are for the fighters. And within a couple of hours, he's gone from, I just picked this game up for the first time, to doing a flawless victory all the way up to and including the final boss. Just, it's mind-blowing. Just the way he instantly locked on to the button combinations to just do super powerful moves. And that he never panicked and he just did them. Just blew me away. Another one was PC gaming. Was in the 90s, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, which I really enjoyed that. But it's kind of like when you're flying around and bad guys chasing you and they fire a missile, and you had like chaff and similar things to try and throw a missile off, because you couldn't really outrun a missile. You could try, but then when it got close, you like drop chaff or something to detonate the missile. I was watching him play, and he's sitting there, and he's just all keyboard, like he's not using a joystick, he's using keyboard shortcuts, and he's flying around, and little radar goes, missile incoming. He would just fly straight at the missile and shoot it down. And I was like, what? Fly into danger. And it always worked. Oh yeah, I loved X-Wing versus TIE Fighter very much. I did have DOS on my first computers. I never really got the handle of DOS. My technical guy, my support guy, actually built a DOS shell to make it a bit easier for me, but it very much confused me. But of course, you had to run most of the games from DOS, from the DOS prompt, but that was pretty simple. Yes, the cheat books. Yeah, no, you would get big-ass magazines and stuff from newsagents that had all cheat codes for the games or solutions for things in the games. Strictly say you got a SNES because of Street Fighter 2. Ooh, 32-bit Saturn, 128-bit PS2. Got a Dreamcast. Wow. That's when you got into all the Sega games of all the generations to play on the Dreamcast. Nice. Yep. Okay, that's a really fucking mellow drink. That's nice. Yeah, that was my early system. Yeah, I don't remember the DOS versions, but yeah, it was Windows 3.11. The first good version of Windows, basically. You had copies of Red Baron and Red Baron 2. Nice. That does sound like fun. I tell you what, I have gotten so bad. I basically can't play flying games. That just moving in that space fucks me up, and I can't do it. I'm useless. I recently, like in a humble bundle, had one of the newer versions of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, whatever the fuck it was called. The newer version might have just been called that. But newer, I mean, it's like, I don't know, 5 years old now. And it was fun. And I got into it and I thought, I'm trying to play it. And it's like, nah, I cannot fucking do this. Just moving in all directions is just too much for me. I don't know what it is with my brain, but I just couldn't. Oh God, we're talking about Leisure Suit Larry there. I don't think I ever played King's Quest. I think I saw it. Fighting games. Well, yeah, it's usually knowing an exact sequence is how you do the fighting games. Chog, Win98 was potentially the best OS before Win XP. Stable and backwards compatible. Oh, there you go. If you were building a retro PC, you'd use Win98. Yes, I'm not saying Windows 3.1x was a super good operating system, but it was the first version of Windows that was any good. The previous versions were just shit. And Windows 95 was a good breakthrough. But yeah, then people will start getting into sort of arcane discussions or arguments about things, and it's like, you know what, I'm not that into it. I just don't know. That sounds familiar, Justin. Midtown Madness. Oh my God. And there was the funniest thing. I remember one of the guidebooks for Leisure Suit Larry is going like, some of the Puritans are upset because they think this game's too naughty. But the people who get really upset about it is the people who want a porn game and buy it and then find out that's not what it is. They get really angry at us. Tried to boot up Leisure Suit Larry on your dad's old PC. It asked, trivia questions to lock you out. Oh my God. So Windows 98 had an icon. MSN said, connect to the internet. In 6 months, you racked up a $2,000 internet bill. Fuck. Parents got to keep an eye on kids. Yeah, the early days of the internet was a bit of a fucking Wild West. There's that scam where people would... it was usually around porn. Like, I'll give you free porn. You just have to dial in on this number. And the number would be in Barbados or something with long-distance charges. And it was this scam where they'd get kickbacks from the phone company. Someone tried to get me in on one of them, and I just went, this is a crime. I'm not doing it. Oh, Justin, I bet someone's done that. Someone wanted to do a skin for a modern operating system and... make it look like Windows 95. I bet that exists. Oh, you did net meeting and stuff? I mean, yeah, just being on like bulletin boards, IRC in the early days, and just, being stunned. Like I remember being in one chat room. It's pretty popular, but we're talking, and we worked out where everyone was. There was a few people in Australia, few in America, United States, a few in England, but then there's someone from Germany, there's someone from South Africa, and someone in Japan, and we're just looking like, okay, this is fucking blowing my mind. that we're just casually having this conversation with people just in radically different parts of the world. This is doing my head in. Chog porn on the 90s. Codes from the back of magazines to download specific images. Yes. Oh my God. And you were just trying to get news groups with porn images on them, and they would download so slowly, like it was fuck. And there were the two types of images, and someone might know the technical elements of this, and I forget what it was, but one, it would render the image line by line. It would sort of go zit, 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 slowly. The other one would attempt to render the entire image. So the first thing you'd see would be the whole image, really blurry, really pixely. And then it'd resolve a bit, and the pixels were a bit smaller, and then it would resolve a bit, and the pixels, and my God, it would take so long. So I was told. I wasn't looking for porn on the internet. I only used ICQ a little bit. I was more IRC. Merc was one of the good programs for using IRC. There were a couple other ones, and had a wild old time on the IRC. I only did BBSs a little bit. Never completely got the hang of them, but I did do them for a little bit, try to understand what the whole thing is. Remember trying to access Spice Channel on scrambled cable. I remember that was not a thing in Australia. We didn't have cable for as long as the US did. And when we did, there was definitely no porn, not even softcore, because of Australian censorship laws. But all the jokes about Americans trying to see something in the scrambled cable channel, it's pretty funny. And your kid simply, oh yes, pick up the phone and boot you off dial-up. Yes, have to start all over just to see boobs. I mean, my God, that was a weird time. Very, very weird time that we lived in. But, it was an adventure. You got to say that for it. It was definitely an adventure. I might just... Oh, actually, I came up with two ideas of what to do with this. I was going to pour it into one of my other syrups. I might pour some into this and then some more whiskey. My old-fashioned / liqueur that I just put together. Yes, downloading dirty pictures, 600 bps. Oh, it took so fucking long. It's ridiculous. Back in the day, people worked for their porn. Now kids are just... Yeah, well, I mean, even pre that, you fucking paid for it. You had their specific shop. And again, it was funny. Okay, I'll tell you old people talk. Porn got banned in Australia in the 80s. There was, like, video stores would have an X-rated section. And it got banned in the 80s, early 80s, like 82, 83, I don't remember. And it's, to the best of my knowledge, never been unbanned. It's just not enforced anymore. And the only places that could legally sell porn were, every state had banned it, but the territories, the Australian Capital Territory and the Northern Territory, it was still legal. So there was a thriving mail order porn thing from Canberra, or Fishwick, to be more precise. And that was the whole thing. And then, when did it start reappearing? Like early 90s, I want to say. And it was really fun. I do remember there was this one place in Sydney, and it was, God, I think it was on top of a McDonald's. This was like on Pitt Street, one of the main streets of Sydney. And it was just through this side entrance up these stairs, and it was this dang place. And there were just all these racks, and it was of the covers of porn videos, not the actual tapes. And you like flip through all the covers and get something that you like the sound of. And then you'd go up to the guy at the counter and say, I want that. Then he'd give the cover to someone who'd wander off, go through another couple of locked doors and get the tape and bring it back to minimize the chance of there being a bust. Because, of course, if there were porn tapes out there in the open, the cops could bust it at any time. So it was this whole rigmarole to minimize the chance of getting busted by the cops. That sort of thing existed for a while. And then, just the X-rated shops that were just selling mags and sex toys, which was legal, they just started putting porn videos on the shelf. I think possibly initially they were paying off the cops to get away with it, but then it was just not enforced. And it just became more and more common and more mainstream. Never prosecuted. And then, of course, the internet came along and rendered the whole thing moot. But to the best of my knowledge, the laws banning hardcore porn videos were never actually repealed, although I could easily be wrong on that. Your video shop had an X-rated section till they closed. Never disappeared. Like I said, it depends where on the timeline they were. If they had kept porn all the time since the 80s, they were definitely paying off the cops. All the aisles were accessible. The X-rated aisle was behind the counter. You'd have to walk past the cashier to get in. So there used to be, I remember it like being behind a door, the X-rated section. You had to go through, and there would be someone there making sure like kids didn't go in there. I do remember a while back, and I don't remember exactly how long ago it was. It was just before a state election in New South Wales, and the Liberal Party they were the sitting government at the time, and they were trying to go tough on crime, and we're the moral party. So they launched these raids on the X-rated shops in King's Cross because there was this hype that they were selling kiddie porn. And if they were selling kiddie porn, I'd go, yeah, fucking bust them, arrest them, throw them into the deepest, darkest hole and never let them see the light of day again. They weren't. They simply weren't. There were a bunch of raids. The poor bastard, who's probably usually a uni student working behind the counter, was arrested. They confiscated all the tapes. There was no child porn. They found no child porn. But because technically the tapes were illegal, because the law making them illegal had never been repealed, it just hadn't been enforced for 10 years. The poor fuckers working the counter at these stores got criminal records. They got sex offender records. The shitty fucking Liberal government justifying their absolute bullshit political stunts. Really, really, really fucked thing to do. Because they didn't prosecute the guys who owned the stores, the actual serious organized crime guys who own them all. No, they just fucking busted the poor bloody casual who was behind the counter. That's some bullshit. I honestly, strictly Sega, I don't think I ever went into a video shop back room. I knew they existed. I don't think I went them. Oh, well, yeah, okay. If you send me a rule. No, that's either directly paying off the cops or just a nudge and a wink to the cops. It was always funny, though, to go to... I had a holiday in Darwin at one point. When would have this been? Early to mid-90s. So this porn was appearing in shops in Sydney, but it wasn't really out in the open. And I had a holiday in Darwin, and the Darwin RSL had a sign, like a chalkboard out the front that said, come in on Sunday brunch for porn and prawn. And I just went, what? And yeah, okay, it's legal here. So they were literally doing a Sunday smorgasbord and running porn videos on screens, which again, super weird to me. I don't want to judge anyone And I was never in. Yes, you picked a really good time to join, Safa. I'm very queer friendly, but I do regard group watching porn as at least a little bit gay. If you're with a bunch of dudes all getting the horn because you're watching porn, I'm just saying, it's not a thing I did often, but certainly in a public place, the idea weirded me out a lot. So it was funny. Just this sign saying "Come in for porn and prawn." Um, I just found it really funny. Oh God, Revenge of the Nerds. Speaking about things that don't hold up. Oof. Just terrible, terrible morality in that movie. Okay. Well, I am just gonna do a thing. I'm gonna get this glass and put this ice in it. Okay. Just putting a little bit of this in here and putting this in to get some flavor in there. Give Mrs. Angry the orange peel to put in her hot chocolate in the morning. All right, put these over here so I don't knock them over because they're a little bit delicate. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this in here. Leave it for a little bit. And I think I'll pour myself a soda water while we're at it. Oh, that's the thing I was going to do. Okay, so this is a pretty wild, sweet vermouth I have here. This is from South Australia. Sweet vermouth from Merlot and Yuzu. And they actually recommend topping this with Yuzu soda. And I have some Yuzu soda out there. I've been thinking about doing that for a while. I might do it. We'll see. I wasn't going to drink any more booze, but there's not that much booze. First porn was your dad's closet. Johnny Holmes. Yes, he did have a frightening cock. No two ways about it. Very disturbing. Chog, group porn viewings. Oh, yeah, in an RSL. Oh, no. Oof. Would the explosions trigger the Vietnam vets? Yikes. Well, all sorts of things happen in the trenches. Yeah, Harry, a lot of old comedies don't age well. Oh, yeah, no, Ace Ventura, very nasty transphobic joke. It was a whole central thing. I mean, fucking Revenge of the Nerds was sex crimes all the way through it. And racist. And I always despair when you get someone who I respect to a greater or lesser degree, like a comedian or a writer, director, whatever, says, "Oh, I could never make that today," and as if that's a bad. First, when they're right, as if it's a bad thing, and it's like, what, you mean you might be answerable for your racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism? You think someone might hold you accountable? That's bad, isn't it? But worse still, when they're wrong, like Mel. I'm assuming the quote was accurate. It's always possible it's not. But Mel Brooks was quoted as saying, "You couldn't make Blazing Saddles now." And I was like, of course you fucking could, because that was an anti-racist movie. The various things addressing race and using slurs and whatnot was actually addressing racism. And you say, "Oh, I couldn't make it." Yeah, you fucking could, because gross racist shit gets made all the fucking time. It just really does. And so, yeah, when I did see that, Mel Brooks saying he couldn't make Blazing Saddles today, I was like, well, you could, and you're barking up the wrong tree saying, "Oh, they're too puritanical." No, horrible racist shit gets made all the time. Whereas Blazing Saddles was anti-racist. just got up in your face a bit with how they addressed it, which was certainly interesting. They're trying to make you uncomfortable in quite a few of the scenes. Yeah, there was. Well, okay, I'm not sure which homophobic bit you're talking about. There was the bit with the where they broke into Hollywood and the dancers, and they were making them a fairly insulting gay stereotype. I'm not sure if there's something else as well that you're thinking of. Well, here's the thing. When you see the different reactions in the left and right, you do get people on the left, and I've certainly done it, sort of like, no, don't do shit that's cruel and evil and hurtful and perpetuates stereotypes. Um, but you get people on the right fucking book banning and just like, how dare you suggest that there's racism and whatnot. Rain, how are you going? Haven't seen you in like forever. How are things in your part of the world? Indeed, what part of the world are you in at the moment? So for me, Chog, I think the whole thing about should you be doing a particular thing, should that particular content be made, I think needs to be a conversation. And sometimes the conversation has to lead to, yeah, you know what, we talk that through and you shouldn't really do that. But if you can't have a conversation with someone about things, no matter what their motivation is, I don't have a lot of time for it. Pretty hard to respect. Yes, it is hard to respect someone if they want to take away your rights as a human. And I honestly believe that's the difference between the left and the right. You can absolutely find examples of people on the left taking it a bit too far. But the motivation is don't do this thing that hurts people, denies them their very humanity. Whereas on the right, it's just this sort of how dare you have something that promotes someone's humanity and individual rights. It's pretty fucked up. Right. Well, okay. Obviously, it's opinion. We cannot validate this one way or the other. My argument is that the obvious reference to Blazing Saddles was because of how it dealt with race. But while it was in your face, it dealt with race positively. And a shit ton of horrible, negative, racist stuff gets made now. Yeah, that's generally my argument. Don't be a dick. And yeah, well, that's where I think content warnings or just content notes saying this contains the following, and you can make an informed decision. I don't really want to sit through something that contains the following, so I won't do it. Rain, you're in Estonia. Nice. And you're in Germany a couple months ago. See, that's what I asked because, yeah, you were moving around a bit in Europa when we talked to thing. That's a whole different point, Strictly Sega. A-list comedies, few and far between these days. And yes, action adventure is the dominant one. Okay, probably the closest, and I haven't seen it. It's the one that had Jennifer. What's her name? Jennifer Garner? No, but it was called No Hard Feelings. I saw the trailer for it. I haven't seen the movie, and that seemed like slightly older school raunchy comedy. No idea what it's like if it's actually funny. But yeah, the studios don't seem to want to push bigger budget A-list comedies very much anymore. rightly or wrongly, they obviously. Thank you, Jennifer Lawrence. Who was I saying? Both jumped in. Jennifer Lawrence. Yes. Yeah, I have no idea if that movie's actually funny, but yeah, the vibe of it was like old school raunchy. So far, not very. I only had the one drink because I just kind of realized I'd had 3 nights in a row of having multiple drinks, and not that I got hungover, not that I got sick. It's just like I maybe am a bit tired, and it's like, yeah, I need to ease off. I made one video, or I made one. Well, I made 2 half-sized cocktails. And I'm having a little sip of liqueur now. And I think I'm just going to drink soda water after that, honestly. I was thinking of getting the yuzu soda with my yuzu vermouth, but I don't think I will. Yes, I know I said Ghana. I was very confused. I had one of my U-Foods things. It was just spaghetti bolognese. Very simple. Tasty, though. The U-Foods is yummy. I'll give him that. I like the U-Foods. Again, tried to cancel Tropic Thunder. I don't think anyone tried to cancel Tropic Thunder. There are 2 schools of thought on Tropic Thunder. I see what they were trying to do with the Robert Downey character with the blackface and whatnot. I've seen a lot of really compelling arguments from Black American people, like, we actually don't need white people to explore the idea of blackface, just like, don't fucking do it. But no one tried to cancel Tropic Thunder. It was, well, okay, there was a TikTok thing with younger people who weren't aware of Tropic Thunder finding out about it, and they were like, did you fucking know Robert Downey did blackface? And again, I'm on the at least mildly defend them because I know what, or I have an opinion on what they were trying to do. But yeah, I've seen a bunch of black folks make pretty simple arguments along the lines of, we don't actually need white people to explore the morality of blackface. Just don't fucking do it. Because it was for so long a deeply racist, oppressive thing. Safa, see, that's a piece of string thing. Is $132 for 3 bags of food? What was it? Was it all caviar? I don't know. How you can know if it's expensive is if you can say, these 3 bags that cost $132 10 years ago would have cost $80. Then that's expensive. But yeah. All right, so Secret say you reckon 2008 was A-list comedies? Tropic Thunder, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Smart. Oh, the Judd Apatow one. Get Smart was pretty fucking shit, though. To be honest, the average person doesn't care about internet relativity. I don't even know what Gillette commercials we're talking about now. I just remember tearing up at the father-son ones. Blame superhero movie, scary movie through. Oh, they were very bad. Those genre cash-ins. And yeah, you and me both, Jog. I will jam a bunch of shit into 3 bags. Oh my God, wasn't that a disaster? They got all those name people in for movie 43, and it was just a fucking disaster. American Pie, big hit, and they milked that for so many sequels. Holy shit. But yeah, they milked that so hard. And that's almost seems like an American Pie joke there as well, milking it hard. I am going to have some soda water. See how that makes me feel. I'm going to have this one first. Okay. Rain, is that the Jackie Chan movie? Oh, they're still milking Fast and Furious. How fucking weird is that? Good Lord. 9 American Pie movies. Because they even did a next generation American Pie, didn't they? I know they had, 15 years later, American Pie The Wedding. All right, so Rain, Tuxedo, you're a fan of that Jackie Chan movie. I don't think I ever saw it. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, actually, I do remember that. Spy Next Door. Jackie Chan's a funny guy. Definitely they the whole hype of Jackie Chan does his own stunts. They overstate that to a massive degree. But yes, particularly in his younger days, he was doing all his own stunts, injuring himself all the time. What was it, Armor of God, where he almost killed himself? Where he hurt himself really badly. Yeah. They don't like that shit in Hollywood where the lead actor hurts themselves. See, I don't. This is not a boast. This is nothing. This is just an observation. I don't think I have sat through an entire Fast and Furious movie. Oh, you know what I did? The spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. I actually watched all of Hobbs and Shaw, having never watched a Fast and Furious movie in its entirety. I did actually watch Hobbs and Shaw and found it stupidly entertaining. Yes, Jackie's too old to really be doing his own stunts. I don't know. Look at the website. I get 7 new foods a week. I don't even remember how much it costs. But, hit me up. I can give you a code for free U-Foods. I'm not joking. Hit me up on the Discord if you want a thing for some free U-Foods. I can give it to you. The medallion. Oh my god, those early ones are really good. Shit, Strictly Sega, you've watched all 10 Fast and Furious movies. God damn. Yeah, 11 if you include Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah. Yes, Rain, I agree. Muppets Treasure Island was great. Like Muppets Christmas Carol was great. Those movies where the Muppets are with humans, they're fucking great. Chog, not for menu log, I'm sorry. But I can give you a code to get some free U-Foods things that you heat up in the microwave. I actually don't know how many you get. But hit me up on the Discord and I'll give you a code. Because they keep telling me, hey, give this code to some friends. Assuming you're in a delivery area, Safa, but we'll see. They're just really simple and, microwave something for a couple of minutes and food. And there are very few of them I don't like. And when I don't like them, I just don't order that one again. And I sometimes get creative. I sometimes mix them with other things and make bigger meals and then split that up and have it over several things. I'm a creative guy. Strix, yes, I do love 90s Jackie Chan. Yes, he did a couple in Australia. Yeah, because there were good film teams here. Yes. Hey, Liam, how you doing, man? I am well. I've just been fucking chilling, man. I have not done much this weekend. Done the streams. Been chilling out, fucking editing videos. What did I watch? I watched Babylon, a recent film, with Brad Pitt and sundry other stars in it about Hollywood in the 1920s and 30s. Entertaining, but I genuinely think people in Hollywood think the rest of us are more interested in watching movies about Hollywood than we actually are. Oh, yes. Good call, Rain. Tim Curry, great in pretty much anything, but in Muppets Treasure Island, particularly good. Yes, Mr. Nice Guy and Melbourne Central and everything. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Of course, Jackie Chan's not his real name. His real name's Chinese. What's the most trashy film I enjoy watching? No, not Jason X or The Room. Okay. I guess it depends what you mean by trashy. because different people regard things differently. I'm going to watch Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear's on the streaming services now. So that's pretty fucking possibly not good trashy. I don't know. Oh, no. Sorry. That's such a good line. It's a very English line. 35 when you found out Tim Curry and Jeremy Beadle were different people. Oh, my God. That's such a good line. I love it. But I do love trashy action films. Yeah, Strictly Sega. I have actually heard that like Cocaine Bear's not actually good, not even in a trashy way. But I'll probably watch it. I don't know. It's just, I'm just too intrigued. I watched. Okay, I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it. I did watch Black Adam a little while ago with The Rock. Yeah, it's one of those not terrible, not great things. Liam, you've been busy. Movies, an opera at the Catholic Club, went to OzConCon. That is a busy weekend, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, actually, Chog, yeah, no, I've seen, I think, the first 2 Expendables films. Very, very happy to watch them. Yeah, Jeremy Beadle, I remember he's British. I remember him doing sort of hidden camera shows. Strict you saw the Expendables at the cinema. I think I saw them on video at home. Don't think I saw them at the cinema. I mean, trashy. I watched Barbie. It's the first movie I've seen in the cinema for a couple of years. I went and saw Barbie in the cinema. Enjoyed it. Silly fun. This is not trashy. This is absolutely top A grade TV. I'm rewatching Mr. In Between at the moment, an Australian series about a hitman. Right, so good, such a good show. Definitely got to watch it. I was in gold class and it was pretty full, Safa, and that's after Barbie had been out for a while too. You read Jeremy Beadle's book. His wife left him because he kept pranking her. Oh my God. Sorry, that just makes him sound like a complete dick. Oh God, I feel like I'm getting congestion. I just realized my sinuses are really congested. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going into the office if I've got cold symptoms because that's a dick move in this current world of ours. Ugh, I think we might still have some COVID tests here. If I'm fucked in the morning, I'll do a COVID test, I guess. Yeah, like jam the thing up your nose. I haven't been anywhere. I shouldn't be sick. Is that the Eddie Murphy one? Haunted Mansion? Or is it something else? Oh, wow. Weird sequels that fall so far short of the original. Poltergeist 2 and Independence Day 2. Didn't Super hate either of them? Oh yeah, look, let's try out Tim Curry movies. He is good in Home Alone 2. Legend, where he's the devil, very, very good. And of course, go right back, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Love that. Oh no, Rain, you've had the flu for almost a week? No, I just realized my sinuses feel congested. And it's like, well, that's not fucking good. Oh man. No, if I'm sick in the morning, there's no way I'm going into the office because that's just fucking rude. So, Rain, COVID test came back negative. Yeah, there are still plenty of other things to make us sick. Yeah. Oh, yes, Clue. That's another good Tim Curry one. Rain, you've had COVID 3 times. I've had it once. Chog, no, I've never worked in on a Monday with a hangover. I feel like I've got in a bit seedy some days. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing. My COVID was really mild. And yeah, certain other cold strains, or God forbid, actual influenza, brutal as fuck. Clue is the best final line of any movie. I don't know it. It's a different one. It's got Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson, Jamie Lee. Good cast. Wow, that's a really good cast. Does walking into work with a hangover feel any different to it? Yeah, I know. Mondays just fucking suck, honestly. So do I have man flu? You've had no COVID season. I'm just literally noticing I'm really congested, and it's like, well, just out of politeness to other people, if I wake up and I've got cold symptoms, I'm not going into the office because that's just fucked. I mean, unless I feel like shit, I'll still be working. I mean, being permanent these days, I get sick pay, but working from home is easy. I would have to feel a very bad. Sam, oh God, speaking about being sick and flu, Facebook Memories told me it's the 5-year anniversary of like the last time there was a VidCon in Australia, and some fucker gave me swine flu. There was like this really dodgy AF like stomach flu, swine flu variant going around, and I spent a day just shitting and vomiting uncontrollably, and it was the fucking worst. No, Safa, contractors don't get sick pay or holiday pay. That's part of the deal. So it's kind of like on times when I did call in sick when I was a contractor and someone's going, "Oh, you're going to get a medical certificate?" I was like, fuck off, okay? I'm not getting paid. If I don't come in, if I'm too sick to work, I'm not getting paid. So I'm not fucking around and getting a medical certificate. You can believe I'm sick because I'm giving up. God, now I'm really getting congested. I'm giving up my day's pay. Ooh, I could. Good trivia, Rain. 4 different endings for Clue. Which ending do we mean? Chog, I mean, I did like the money from contracting. I took a permanent job just over a year ago. I'd been contracting there for 2.5 years. Just because I'm fucking old, man. And I thought I'd ease into retirement. And we'll see how that works out for me. So far, it's fine. Oh, good God. Sorry, I just missed that one. Do I miss that, John? Mondays are evil. Draw placed on. Oh, curb stomp them. Yeah. Okay. God, what was the first time I heard of curb stomping? Was American History X, I think. Well, it just puts more pressure, like having to go to job interviews multiple times a year because your contract's up. It's just a lot of pressure, and your retirement's, based on your savings and your self-managed super and that sort of shit. And I just thought, you know what? For the last 10, 15 years of my working life, maybe I can take it a bit easier. Also, the almost inevitable complete collapse of society and us just turning into a Mad Max wasteland type situation. That's a whole thing as well. I genuinely think I'm getting sick. I don't feel terrible, but this congestion's fucked up. Well, this will be fun when I put on my breathing thing tonight for my CPAP machine, forcing air up my nose if my nose is blocked up. It's just like, no, we're just going to blow all that snot way back into your sinuses. Oof. That could be a whole thing. God, I might have to sleep somewhere else if I'm all fucked up and going to disrupt Mrs. Angry's sleep. I might have to sleep somewhere else. Waterworld. I've never been able to sit through Waterworld because it's so fucking bad. But yeah, I do treat Mad Max as a future documentary to prepare myself. About time. Actually, I did start watching Fury Road again recently, just on a whim. I think I've watched the first 45 minutes or so. Gotta watch some more. That thing's so fucking good. Yeah, Telfast, yeah, I might do something like that. So, Chog, you run your own business, helped a bloke in his late 50s get into contracting. Bang for buck, yeah. That's, and that is absolutely true. And I have absolutely noticed the difference of less bucks. So, yeah. The Fury Road, you got it on 4K Atmos disc. Oh, yeah. I've got the version. It's on Blu-ray, but also the black and chrome version, high contrast, black and white. And you might think, what the fuck? Because the color in Fury Road is exceptional. But George Miller had always wanted to do this. He said ever since watching the early prints from Mad Max 2, he like checked the day's shooting, and the reels they were watching were like in this high contrast black and white, and he thought it looked really great, but he knew the studios would never let him release a black and white film, so he's released this version on Blu-ray. I got a great box set, all Mad Max movies, and the black and chrome version of Fury Road. It's actually really good. I am watching the color version of it at the moment. I haven't watched black and chrome for a couple of years. Mrs. Angry got it for me for Christmas for, I don't know, 5 years ago. It's very good. Wow. Okay, those are two interesting choices, Madawan and Logan Lucky. I know Madawan. I don't think I've watched it. I think I have watched Logan Lucky. But yeah. What else did I see that I wanted to watch? I was downloading something. I know. I still a couple of real classics like Double Indemnity. I would be in that movie. Redo Fury Road with all Muppets except I'll be Max. I would be in that movie in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Safa, Fury Road definitely chronologically comes after the original trilogy. And the fun fact, when you look at it, Fury Road is folklore because it doesn't fit in with the other stories. It's Tales from the Wasteland, like Max, and they kind of established this in Mad Max 2. The voiceover go, "My mind grows dim, my memories fade." Max became folklore for people in the wasteland, and so they can tell different stories that don't necessarily match up because it's folklore. It's specifically his car. He has his car in Fury Road that was destroyed in Mad Max 2. We're talking about the best Muppet movie, either The Christmas Carol or Great Muppet Caper. I mean, those are good choices. Chog, you had 3 big glasses. Damn. I really only had the one full strength cocktail. Oh, God, I feel like I'm fucked up. I definitely feel like I'm getting sick. Oh, man, this fucking sucks. Okay. There was... Oh, okay, now I want to look it up. I'm going to look up the most recent Muppet Muppet movies. Show more. Was it that one? Was it that long ago? Yeah, the Jason Segel one from 2011. I thought that was pretty good. It's just called The Muppets. That's maybe a radical choice. But I actually thought that was pretty good. Oh, Liam, I think Muppets Treasure Island is great. I think most of the Muppet movies are really entertaining, quite honestly. Because the Muppets just fit into this really unusual space. What was the one they did with Melissa McCarthy? Let's see. Emily Blunt was in the one I'm talking about. I'll see if I can find Muppets. What have I done here? Melissa. Oh no! Okay, that was not a Muppet film. That was the Happy Time Murders. Which I think Jim Henson's son was involved in the production. I actually liked the Happy Town Murders. Yes, Brian Henson, I think it was Jim Henson's son, was involved in making it. And there was actually a lawsuit because they had a tagline for it, all street, no sesame, or no sesame, all street. And the Children's Television Workshop tried to sue to stop them doing that. And a judge said, it's obviously satire. Okay, so you didn't like Happy Time Murders. I didn't love Happy Time Murders, but I was, Joe, who's got a decent stereo? Oh my God, I haven't had a proper stereo in decades, I have to admit. I used to, like, just have some big fuck off speakers, but I was never really an audiophile. But yeah, it's like personal musical players for the last 10 years. It's just been, personal musical players and earphones. I have a turntable that has a USB thing on it. The idea is you play your vinyl and record it digitally. And I keep meaning to do that because I've got a huge vinyl collection. I'm super fucking lazy and don't do it. So, but I want to do it one day because I do have a whole bunch of impossible to get vinyl from the 80s. You have a Rotel. I don't even know what that is. But it's like, the last 10 years, I've only listened to it on personal players with earphones. Or in my car. That's the other place I listen to music. And these days it's normally through Bluetooth, but there is a CD player in my car. Joke's got big fuck off speakers in the home cinema. So big fuck off speakers for the stereo. Oh yeah, fucking why not, man? Why not? Okay, so a Rotel is a big, sexy stereo. See, I had no idea. It's for the big boys. Yeah, no, that is a new one to me. I'm not familiar with that at all. I don't know if this is not just a weird passing thing. If I am actually getting sick, I want to know where the fuck I got it from. Because I have not. Oh, God, I'm definitely getting it, though. I've not been around people for days. Rotel has a little TV on the front. Ooh. Use that to skip DVD trailers before we put it on TV. Oh, okay. Okay, so Rotel also make amps and integrators. Okay. It's rude playing a stereo loud in an apartment. No, Mrs. Angry is not sick, to the best of my knowledge. So I might have to sleep on my own, which would suck, but I might have to do it. Oofed. Oh, man, I don't want to be sick. Fuck it. So you've been a movie geek, laserdisc geek, getting a big boys amp. You can look bad with the hardcore collection. Oh, nice. I like it. Trying to think. I was talking about movies. What else was I fucking? Oh, I don't know if it's any good, but they tried to restart Fletch with what's his name from Mad Men being Fletch, because it's like Chevy Chase did Fletch back in the 90s, and which is pretty good, and then did a super shitty sequel. Um, but yeah, there was a John Hamm. Thank you, Strict Sega. John Hamm doing a Fletch movie, which I heard mixed things about. I want to watch that. I want to see what it's like. Safa, yes, I do remember though. You wouldn't steal a thing. I do remember that. They got in trouble for not having a license for that music. I see now. I love you two getting into the nerd stuff, doing 7.1, 7.1, 512 setup, 7.1. Just there you go. Yeah, no one liked Fletch Lives. See, Rain, I don't even know what an AVR is. Too much cocaine. That was Chevy's problem. I'm also kind of tempted to watch the most recent M. Night Shyamalan film, A Knock at the Cabin Door, because it's got Dave Bautista in it. Gotta love stuff that has Dave Bautista in it. And yes, Safa, I've been seriously into music since the 80s. Indie music is mainly my thing. There you go. Chog's about to recommend you something, Rain. Get your bank account ready. Are you like his superhero trilogy? I still haven't seen the third one, and I did actually like the first two, Unbreakable and Glass. I liked them. I have to watch the third one. Oh no, the third one's called Glasses. I'm trying to remember. Because there's the multiple personality one. Let's have a look. Night Shyamalan movies. God, did he do After Earth? Split. Okay, so the three superhero ones are Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Now, I've seen Unbreakable and Split, but I haven't seen Glass. And his truly terrible Last Airbender movie. I mean, it fell off really badly after The Sixth Sense, basically. She's All That. M. Night Shyamalan stated he polished the screenplay for She's All That while adapting Stuart Little and writing a spec script for The Sixth Sense. There you go. God, he's done some weird shit. Might do Glass tomorrow instead of Aussie Night. I can't. I do want to watch it, just see how it goes. Yes. Signs and the Happening were terrible. They were very bad. Stupid, in fact. Look at how they used to always take the piss out of him in Robot Chicken to have him always coming in and doing something stupid and saying, oh, "What's a twist?" It's like, fuck no. What? Hey, Micro, what time out? Are you missing something? Or you you liked Marky Mark as the science teacher? Look, we all experience entertainment and arts differently. So, no, if you like it, that's cool. It's you're in the mood to fight someone over it. Okay. You're in quite a mood if you're going to fight someone over the happening. I'm just saying. Oh, got my hair tied back. I'm tired. Maybe that's, I don't really have sinus problem. I've just tightened my head up too much by tying my hair back. So I'll take out the hair tie. And maybe I'll ask. No, I feel like I'm fucked, actually. I feel fucked. God damn it. All right. Well, I'm pretty glad I didn't drink a lot of alcohol tonight, actually. Because alcohol when you're sick is a bad fucking idea. Oh, yeah. No, Chog, I love it. You could do the nerd hi-fi shit. I love it when we just nerd out on something. So your tips, you say, get object-oriented audio. Oh, damn. So you saw Fury movies, man, but the sound was amazing. Yeah, because I like war movies, and I was disappointed in Fury. I didn't hate it, but it's like, oh, I had much higher hopes for this. Yeah, it's the whole thing. If the happening had a bad. See, Micro's in the fighting mood. Your mum had the worst ending by having you. Oh, that's a sick burn. I know that was pretty intense. Wasn't it? Strictly saying. Get a man who really wants to defend the happening. I just think Marky Mark as a science teacher is fucking hilarious. It's very funny. And again, it's kind of like it's a really good idea because it's a really trippy out there idea, and it just doesn't really come together. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, I am really thinking I have to end this stream early because whatever the fuck this thing is with the sinuses being blocked up is just taking its toll on me. So I might eat my cherry. I can't keep talking. Look, date night. Nothing's ever going to beat my first date night choice. Mrs. Angry. It was. First proper date, Hotel Rwanda. Really good movie with Don Cheadle about the Rwandan genocide. Oh my god. How the fuck I got through that, I don't know. I was literally, I'm sitting next to her in the dark and just horrible things keep happening on the screen. And I'm just sinking into my chair going, what the fuck were you thinking? Why have you done this? Oh my God, you fucking idiot. What the fuck? So it became a running joke that over the course of our relationship, I chose really shitty date movies and she chose good ones. Favorite fat man. Well, oh God, I know who that is, but it's actually funny, so I'm letting it go. Yes, you'll probably see me Tuesday night. I'm just like fucking oofed. So yeah, I'm just going to end a little bit early. Yeah, you know what? They can fuck off. I mean, that was mildly funny, but they can fuck off. Um, Oofed. I am going to cut things off. Go sleepy bobos. So I hope you all fucking, take care. Whatever. Oh god, who the fuck knows what state I'm going to be in by Tuesday? Fuck me. Like if I'm actually really sick, if it is COVID, I'm going to be isolating. I might stream all the time because I'll just be isolating by myself. We'll fucking see. Now I feel like, I don't know how much I'm just convincing myself I'm sick and how much I am. We'll see. Okay. So I'll see all you fine people another time. See how that goes. But I'm going to see